Welcome to this short webinar on how to double your reading speed in 37 minutes. My promise to you is I'll show you exactly how to double your reading speed with instant memory recall and spend less time reading and rereading information without worry of being replaced for an inability to keep up in this age of information or not having enough time to stay caught up. I need your attention though. Make sure you turn off your cell phones, turn off Facebook. If you're an individual who wants to double your reading speed and you're serious about getting better results with speed reading, the next 10 minutes will change your life. I'm Patrick Dewar. I've studied this stuff for over 20 years. Taught this system to students all over the country, whether they're in high school, college, professional, or leadership. And I put this program together that contains the best information that I was able to find out there. You see, I was in the lowest 1% of the college students who were determined to succeed. You see, when I went to college day one, I sat down with my academic advisor and they said, Mr. Dewar, do you realize that 99% of all the rest of the freshmen enrolled are placed above you? Our statistics show that people of your academic stature won't last 6 weeks at this university. Are you sure you would rather go to a junior college and make sure that college is your cup of tea? And all I could think is, wow, I've never been called an idiot so proficiently in all my life. I'll send you an invitation to my graduation, was all I could think. And I studied hard. I studied 17 hours a day, 7 days a week for the next 2 years. See, reading was hard for me. It was something that was a strain. I'd have to reread and reread things over and over again, and I just could never get it in my head. And I knew that I needed some help, and it was proved out at the end of my sophomore year. I had achieved an overall grade point average of 1.99. My dean told me that if I didn't pull it out the next semester, that I was going home, and there was no ands or ifs about it. See, that summer I worked in the oil field to pay for school like I did most summers, and I knew that somebody had to have been where I was at, and I had some time in the evening, so I found some tools and I integrated them that summer. The next semester I went from a 1.99 to a 3.25 grade point average in one semester. I never had to worry about my grades again. A couple of years later, got my degree, and when I got out, I never wanted to be called an idiot ever again. So I set out to learn how to read faster and remember more consistently from then on. It became a passion of mine. It became a hobby. It became something that I was obsessed with. And what I was able to do is find some of the very best tools out there. About 10 years ago, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to put this together in a way that others could pick up just as easily without having to spend a ton of time learning what I learned in 20 plus years of study. Could you just imagine what it'd be like if you could double your reading rate with instant memory recall and spend less time reading and rereading information? Never having to worry about being replaced for an inability to keep up in this age of information, or not having enough time to stay caught up ever again. What would life be like when you know how to instantly memorize lists of any kind? How about when you really know how to deliver a presentation without notes or remember names with ease? Will that make a difference for you and for your family? So what I'll cover is 3 secrets. Secret number 1 is that if you are not reading 600 words per minute, you're being left in the dust. Secret number 2 is that your brain handles concepts better than words. And secret number 3 is you can create the perfect learning state whenever you wish. If you're not reading 600 words per minute, you really are being left in the dust. The way we're taught to read was wrong. It's not your fault. Most individuals who want to double their reading speed think reading at 225 words per minute is good enough. Actually, if you're not reading 600 words per minute, you're being left in the dust. What do I mean? Well, people spend 50% of their time reading, searching just for the next line. And they read and reread things. And the fact is that your brain is not challenged, it disengages. Then you have to reread what you just read, and that's not fun. It makes it work to read. Secret number 2 is that your brain actually handles concepts better than words. It's all about creating triggers to absorb the information faster. Most individuals who want to double their reading speed think reading one word at a time is the best way to get through the information. Actually, your brain handles concepts way better than words. What do I mean? Well, creating triggers to absorb and recall information is a process where you're looking for the ideas, searching for ideas. Your brain can capture the ideas. How to prepare for the tests so that you can really ace them every time. There are tools that you can use so that when you go to take the test, it's as if you're taking an open book test. Then how to remember names and lists, presentations without notes with ease. Number 3, you can create the perfect learning state whenever you wish. It's all about creating the optimum learning state is what they call it for your mind. There's individuals that want to double their reading speed, think sitting down quietly and reading is the best way to absorb information, but actually you can create the perfect learning state whenever you wish. I mean, well, the best supplements for your mind's performance, they're out there. There are some things that you can do for that, but also music to enhance your learning experience. It can actually balance the right and left hemisphere so that you can learn faster. And it's all about creating that optimum learning state so that as you sit down to study, things are flowing into your mind and being retained and caught like Velcro in the mind. The information's captured and retained. See, what I did is I actually produced an accelerated learning video home study course, and in that I went through and actually produced a tool to help you do these things that I'm talking about right now. The Accelerated Learning Digital Edition, it's all about helping you double your reading speed with instant memory recall and spend less time reading and rereading information fast without worry of being replaced for an inability to keep up in this age of information or not having enough time to stay caught up. I mean, what are you losing out on when you can't keep up in your profession or in your school? One of the first things that I want to do is give you a bonus. I want to bonus you with a how to remember names tool. It's a slide deck to memorize names. It teaches you the way to remember names easily. Most people, when they try to remember names, they shake somebody's hand at a networking event or some party, and you introduce yourself and they introduce theirs, but the name never locks in, and then you're like, what was their name again? Well, with this tool, it actually transforms that. It changes you into a machine for retaining names, where I've used this in groups of 20, 30, 50, and even over 100 people to remember their names instantly. And I know that would be worth easily $97, but if you only got that, bottom line is if you only got that piece alone, how would it change your world? I mean, would it still be worth the entire investment? If all I gave you would that still be worth it? But you're getting something even more. On top of that, I'm also giving you the video on how to double your reading speed in 37 minutes. Easily $497 value. The video on how to turn your mind into a supercomputer for instant memory recall. Another $397 value. How to remember names with ease. Total value, $897. But I want to give you another bonus. It's the internal gifts test. It's and the characteristics of the 7 gifts to find your purpose and your passion. This is so incredibly powerful and valuable for people. The first time I saw this test, I was 40 years old. And when I first saw it, it said that teaching was an internal motivational gift. And I was amazed at how powerful it was. I thought that I was a slow learner all my life. I was held back. Even though I knew some things, I still felt like this. And this internal gifts test said teaching was my internal motivational gift. And my first thought was, I'm not smart enough to teach. Why? Because I had that lie in the back of my mind. 99% of the rest of the freshmen were placed above me. So I said, wait a minute, I've learned some tools on how to remember more and process information faster, remember things. Maybe I'm not so stupid. So confronting that limiting belief with the truth, the adult truth, set me free in so many ways. And I said, you know, if the gift is there, then I'm going to start using it. And within 6 months, my world shifted massively. I was blown away at what happened over the next few months. It was as if I had jumped in the river for the first time in my life, flowing with the current, tying your purpose and your passion together. What a difference. $297 value. What you're going to get is the How to Double Your Reading Speed in 37 Minutes video, the How to Turn Your Mind into a Supercomputer for Instant Memory Recall, how to remember names with these, the internal gifts test and the characteristics of the 7 gifts to find your purpose and passion. Total value, over $1,000. For the last couple of minutes, we've been sharing a ton of information with you, but as you know, information alone is not going to save you. You need this video home study course because that's what's going to help you get to the next level with your speed reading. Bonus number 3, the sneak peek at the Strength-Based Leadership Program. This program shows you how to align your purpose, your passion, and your profession for maximum impact. Not $497 value. What you're going to get is how to double your reading speed in 37 minutes, how to turn your mind into a supercomputer for instant memory recall, how to remember names slide deck, the internal gifts test and the characteristics of the 7 gifts, the sneak peek on the Strength-Based Leadership Program, easily $1,597. I guarantee if this accelerated learning digital edition doesn't help you double your reading speed with instant memory recall and help you spend less time reading and rereading information, I'll refund your money. It's that simple. Here's an example of one of my clients. As you notice, one of the things he says is that it only took a few minutes of training and a few exercises increased my 60-second reading speed from 21 lines, which is 210 words, to 52 lines with great comprehension. I think anyone who's a lifelong learner and a young student, or someone who just wants to improve their reading speed, comprehension, and remembering things every day should experience this program. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Christopher DM. What you're going to get is the How to Double Your Reading Speed in 37 Minutes, how to turn your mind into a supercomputer for instant memory recall, how to remember names, the internal gifts test and the characteristics, the sneak peek on strength-based leadership, total value $1,595. But to get started with the Accelerated Learning Digital Edition, today it's just $97 on uspeedread.com. That's it, just $97 on uspeedread.com. Right now, you have no idea how to get past being replaced for an inability to keep up in this age of information, or not having enough time to stay caught up. But later, after you invest in the Accelerated Learning Digital Edition, those problems are all gone. They evaporate, And you can concentrate on doubling your reading speed with instant memory recall and spend less time reading and rereading information. That's the power of the Accelerated Learning Digital Edition. And you can get started right now for just $97 on uspeedread.com. Okay, that's it. Webinar's over. Go sign up right now. Again, click the button or sign up below. Go to uspeedread.com.